What's up, guys? Mirror Gaming here, back with some more AFK Journey, and today, my goodness, if you guys didn't think Odie was already an extremely strong hero, this hero is only going to get stronger for you as you progress in the game. With the opening of Dura's Trials, we are now enabling the magic charms, and with it comes some really strong bonuses with this hero right here, Odie. So let's start it off. Once you get 3 elite, so sadly we don't have it just yet, you increase the damage by 1.5% and physical and magic defense by 5% every 3 seconds this hero remains in battle. That's a lot. Increases damage by 4.5% and physical damage by 15% when assisting or defeating a non-summon enemy, and then the total increase from both these effects is capped at 15%. So essentially 30 seconds into a boss battle, he's going to be getting an additional damage boost, which is like really awesome. This does continue to change, however. Basically it's the same all the way up to through epic. Get like a slightly 3% more damage boost, do that 6 more seconds, so it goes to like 36 seconds. But when you get to legendary, it gets even better. So not only do you have that, and you have the caps and everything, the 18%, when the limit is reached, you also get an extra 15 haste to the rest of the battle. And then when you get up to mythic, it's an additional 25. So 18% increased attack, or just not even attack, just increased damage. So that's pretty big, because like stacking like bonus attack and everything is good to a point. It does have diminishing returns the more you kind of stack of it. But increasing your just total flat damage is pretty nasty. Now, why is that so important? Well, we don't really use him in a ton of game modes. He's, of course, like really amazing when you use him in Legend Trial and stuff because of his execute effect. But Dream Realm is where he's really going to shine. And now, right now, there's not a ton of bosses we quite use him yet. But there are still that we currently are using him, even in addition to heroes like Lily May. So any of these where you can get this unlocked is going to be better. Right now, Snow Stomper, Orson, maybe even Crystal Beetle after the fix, Alpha Bear, all of these heroes, all these bosses you are going to be using Odie on. The only time I see Odie finally falling off potentially is when we get to endless difficulty, but there are a lot of difficulties, I believe, right? Actually, is there a spot where you can actually see the number of difficulties there are? I can't remember if there is. Is there a list of them? I don't know. I feel like we have a list somewhere. I'll have to go find it and everything. But the fact that he is going to be the #1 go-to on bosses for right now, or at least a secondary damage dealer, because again, remember, even if he's not the top damage dealer, that doesn't mean he's bad. It just means if you take a look at these records, he's going to be part of the mix, which means is going to ramp up the damage. Now, when we take a look at some of the other heroes here, like our Lily May, getting these magic charms is going to be very important. But you can see it's different. The combination of using a Lily May and an Odie might be great, because Lily May in this situation increases the target's damage taken when you deal damage to the target, and that just is going to be a very easy ramp up. When you get to legendary, at 20 and 50 seconds the damage is increased to 13 and 16, and then finally it goes up to 15 and 18. So this is one where Lily May isn't ramping her own damage, she's ramping everybody's damage. So having 2 damage dealers, Lily May plus somebody else, might be a huge bonus, because when you think about this, we're going to be going from 12 seconds up to 15, up to 18 seconds, and then when you're combining that with someone like our Odie right here, and Odie's effects is going to be doing an additional 18% of his damage. So these are all these multipliers that are going to start stacking up, and it's going to get a little crazy. Other heroes that are very popular right now do have some nice things. You increase all damage except normal attacks. So this is pretty crazy how some of these heroes are really going to ramp up. I'm intrigued to see if any of the older heroes make a return. Heroes like Merrily, but in reality, it's dealing extra damage when the target hits a target. If she's hitting a ton, this could absolutely be crazy, because that could really ramp up. The other one that I was intrigued to look at was Corrin, but Corrin's always been one of those heroes where he's not like a pure damage dealer. He's there for his support too. He has the exact same effect that Odie has. So maybe when we get to Endless, heroes like Corrin have a chance to return, because he's getting that huge stacking damage buff, which could turn out to be really good. Other heroes like Lenya, who are very popular right now, might fall off a little bit. I don't know. It increases her crit per second after a hero assists or defeats an enemy. So this kind of means that she's not getting any type of bonuses when it comes to Dream Realm, which kind of leans me towards maybe these magic damage dealers like Lily May, like Odie, will have a chance to really shine. But again, you have to remember something that Lenya has that the magic damage dealers doesn't have is Kruger. And having Kruger added into our team with these magic charms is going to be really good. Kruger, of course, increases his own damage. I mean, he does do some damage, but it's usually not something we particularly care about. But we also know that artifacts like Great Sword are going to be coming out that are really going to help boost Lenya with that 50% physical damage reduction, which is going to be absolutely huge. We have other heroes like Alsa that I don't think is going to make too much of a comeback here. She gets more energy, which I guess is cool, but it also grants a 25% damage bonus, increases energy recovery whenever she casts an ultimate. So when she does get up to like legendary and higher, that extra 25% damage bonus might be what makes it her come back. But previously she was good in the early game of Dream Realm. When we got towards Endless, she again fell off like a lot of these heroes. Beyond that, there's not many other damage dealers to talk about too much. We might have some other heroes like Shakir staying in the meta, increases his own crit, but again, it's only when he gets a kill, so stuff like that isn't great. Heroes that I'm interested to see what happens with are ones like Cassidy, because previously she was buffing allies damage. She's also now potentially doing more damage herself, so in those teams could be really good. One of my fan favorites from last season with the season ability was Citrana. Sadly, though, she only is going to buff her own damage, and we all know her damage absolutely sucks. So that is sad to see. There's a lot of things that are going to go into seeing who becomes viable where. I mean, we had heroes like Florbell, who was buffing overall damage previously, now is only buffing her own damage as well. So these heroes, I doubt we see them make a comeback. DNL's never been in the mix of things, and he kind of has a very interesting one where he dispels debuffs, makes himself untargetable, all these things, gets a shield, things that are good for PvP but don't necessarily make him viable in any PvE game modes. And then we just have some heroes that we can add into the mix like Coco and such. She's going to grant damage reduction energy on hits of the ally placed in front of her, so putting like an Odie in front of her could potentially be very strong, giving him additional energy on hit, which means a ton of extra energy and a ton of extra ultimates. So there's a ton of things going on here. I do think out of all of them, though, I'm the most optimistic on Odie staying in the meta because of the way that these magic charms work, and he's just doing straight up more damage, getting haste, and buffing his overall power. So let me know what you guys think. Hopefully you guys enjoy this one. Let me know what you think about the magic charms and not having the season skills. I kind of miss the season skills, to be honest. I wish we had season skills coming back, even if they're very bland and basic, because it made heroes that we stopped using, like Florbell, heck, even heroes like Tamisia. You remember Tamisia? She had the physical damage buff. Now she's just probably not going to be in the mix because, well, yeah, she's really not doing anything except extra damage. So let me know what you guys think. Hopefully you guys enjoy this one. I'll see you guys next time.